Today is October 23rd, 2020. Oh man, how are things going? Things are rough. I literally just finished a food challenge where I went up against my good friend Alicia, who owns a cupcake bakery here in Utah, Pleasant Grove, Utah. It's called Cravings Alicia's Cupcakes. She won the TV show Cupcake Wars back in the day. So her cupcakes are freaking amazing. They're gourmet cupcakes, super rich. I'm getting nauseous just talking about it. Like I have a little bit of PTSD about the cupcakes. Like we went head to head for about 20 minutes. She totally destroyed me. She ate 6 cupcakes, y'all, which each cupcake has around, I would say 500 calories on the low end, maybe even higher. She ate 6 of them. I had 4. And she's this tiny little Asian girl, super funny. We're good friends, and she just kept going. So how am I doing? I'm pretty miserable in the moment, if you're gonna ask me. But how did this past week go? You know, on these recaps, I talk a lot about the physical changes, the mental and emotional changes that I've experienced week to week, so you guys kind of understand what this Fit2Fat2Forty Journey is all about. Obviously, it's kind of fun, entertaining, watching me gain weight from week to week, but people don't really see the behind-the-scenes stuff, and that's why this recap is a chance for me to kind of update you on how things are going personally from a mental and emotional perspective, but also physically, relationship perspective with me and my girlfriend, me and my daughters. Also, this week was my Dirty Vegetarian week, so I teamed up with my good friend, Veggie Lisa, who is a plant-based nutritionist. She kind of taught me on how to do the vegetarian diet the unhealthy way, which is what I did. So lots of mac and cheese and bean and cheese burritos and, you know, cereal and pasta and bread and all kinds of delicious vegetarian foods that a lot of vegetarians kind of gravitate towards because those are all comfort foods and they're convenience foods. So anyways, okay. So I gained a couple pounds, a little bit less than 2 pounds this week, so not a lot. My body fat percentage was interesting. I went from 19.5 to 18.9%. So a lot of people are like, oh, that's weird. How did you lose body fat? And the thing that was interesting, if you look back at the historical numbers of since I started till now, my average or mean has been around 1% per week, right? Consistently 1% increase per week. Well, last week during my vegan week, it went up 2.5%, which was kind of an outlier, right? That's a little bit higher than the average. So that was a little bit unique to me where I was like, man, I went up 2.5% in 1 week. That's a lot. How is that possible? But I went with it, and today it was 18.9%, so it slightly came down. But if you look at the average, the mean, it's still on track. Even though it went down today or this week versus last week, it's still the same 1% increase per week if you look at the tracking points on the chart. So I'm not too worried about that. Like, it's not like I don't think I lost body fat this week. It could just be an anomaly. We'll see how it looks over the course of the next 2, 3, 4 weeks. My guess is it will continue to trend upwards. So it's hard to breathe. From a mental and emotional perspective, this week was pretty tough. I've opened up about this a little bit in the past with me and my girlfriend. I think we both realized this journey was harder than what we both thought it would be for both of us. My ability to handle stress is not what it used to be, and so we've had some arguments where normally in the past I might have been more patient, with her and her, issues with me. And but when you're sleep deprived and your hormones are off, your ability to handle stress is not the same, and so my patience is not what it used to be. And so I notice I'm quicker to react. I'm more reactive. But at the same time, we've kind of butted heads in the past week, and it's caused some issues in our relationship, and it's freaking hard. It really is. It kind of has a depressive feeling to it, where it's like, man, this is an intentional journey that I'm doing it on purpose. It's kind of fun, not really thinking it's going to be heavy and deep and hard like this, but it has taken a toll on us as a boyfriend-girlfriend relationship. So anyways, we're figuring some things out right now, trying to figure out what some new healthy boundaries are for us. But I've noticed it's been harder and harder for me to fall asleep at nighttime. So the pattern, the cycle that happens is I wake up really exhausted, right? So I need coffee, caffeine, something to get me going throughout the day. But even with that caffeine, I still feel sleepy or like I need to take a nap after I eat these large meals. And I'll go and like I just not nap, but just kind of take a break from work, and then it's super hard to get motivated again to get back to work or be energetic if I'm on a podcast or if I'm doing a Facebook Live, when I just want to go just freaking lay down and do nothing. And then that carries over in through the evening, where at nighttime when I'm exhausted and ready for bed, I don't fall asleep for some reason. My brain's still going. And then it takes me 2, 3, 4 hours to fall asleep at night. And then of course I'm frustrated, stressed out because I'm not falling asleep, which then carries over into the next day again. And then it's a reoccurring nightmare, you know, like stuck in this Groundhog Day kind of thing where I'm just like, man, I don't know how to get out of this. And I have 2 more months, a little over 2 more months left. So it's been a little bit hard, a lot hard actually. But I'm still going forward. You know, I have the same mentality that I did when I did my 100 miler 4 months ago, where I just have to remind myself this is temporary, this pain isn't going to be forever, and I'm doing this on purpose. I chose to do this, just like I chose to do the 100 miler. That was only 24 hours, but there was many times in those 24 hours where I wanted to quit. I was like, this is really hard, this hurts. And it's a very similar mentality right now where I'm like, this is too hard, this hurts, I want to feel healthy again. I just want to be at ease, I want some peace in my life. And I know that I can't do that for another 2 more months. So I was like, all right, just one step at a time, 1 day at a time, 1 hour at a time, 1 meal at a time. But my hope is that, you know, looking back on this, it'll be one of those things where like, man, it went by so fast. But in the moment, it feels like it's going by so slow. That's how life is sometimes, you guys. So hopefully you all are learning so much from this. I hope it's worth it. I hope it's not just me gaining weight and you guys are entertained watching that. Hopefully you guys get something out of this, so it's not all for naught. It's something educational, inspirational, and I can't wait for January. I really can't wait. So we have 9 weeks and 3 days left. So pray for me. I know we'll get through this, and up next is the holidays. So I'm gonna look forward to having some fun with my girls, Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas, and then boom, it's gonna be go time. So thank you guys.